Hello class, my name is Jordan Johnson and I have selected Norway as the comparison country for my final project for the winter 2018 semester of American Judicial Process. I chose Norway because I have always wanted to visit there to see the beautiful landscape and the northern lights. Norway is a Scandinavian country located in Europe. The Norwegian legal system has largely been set up on a national level. Norway's legal system can be compared to the legal systems of other Nordic countries, such as Denmark and Sweden. Norway does not have a general codification of private or public law corresponding to the Code Civil. Alternatively, Norway has comprehensive statutes codifying central aspects of criminal law and the administration of justice. The Storting is the supreme legislature of Norway. The functions of the Storting include passing new legislation, amend and repeal existing legislation, and to supervise the government and public administration. Cabinet ministers then ensure that the resolutions passed by the Storting are implemented. Norway has legal protection, which means that the individuals cannot be sentenced or punished without a basis for it in the existing law. In Norway, for an action to be considered criminal, the law must state that the action is punishable. In Norway, the court system has a pyramid structure. The lowest level is district courts, the next level courts of appeal, and the top level of the pyramid is the Supreme Court. The judgment of the Supreme Court cannot be appealed further, meaning the judgments are final. In district courts and courts of appeals, judges determine guilt and punishment. These judges can be professional judges who are lawyers, or can be coeur lay judges who are ordinary people appointed to the position of judge. Serious cases at the courts of appeal level will have a jury of 10 citizens. The jury will consist of 5 women and 5 men. The jury will decide if the defendant is guilty or not. The idea of being judged by one's peers is a central principle in the criminal justice system in Norway. The role of a prosecutor in Norway's legal system is to present the charges depending on what violations of the law have allegedly been committed. The prosecutor in cases will also propose the punishment. The Criminal Procedures Act in Norway describes the rights of the accused. The accused have to be informed of the nature of the charge brought against them before being arrested and attending court. The accused will also have a chance to refute the grounds on which the charge is based. Once the court reaches a verdict, it must be communicated as quickly as possible with information on the right to appeal. The accused does have the right to bring appeals against verdict on questions of fact and law. The accused are also entitled to the assistance of the defense counsel, approved by the court during all stages of the judicial process. They can be provided with free assistance of a defense counsel appointed by the courts if need be. In 2011, Anders Breivik of Norway murdered 77 people in a car bombing and shooting rampage. He was then indicted on murder and terror charges. This was the country's worst peacetime massacre. Anders Breivik in 2016 appealed against his near isolation in prison, claiming it amounts to inhumane and degrading treatment. However, Norway's Supreme Court declined to hear his appeal in this case. The court said that the measures are justified for Breivik, who could be attacked by other prisoners if in contact with them. Breivik is currently serving Norway's longest prison sentence. He is serving a total of 21 years with the possibility of extension. He is only allowed contact with lawyers, guards, and health professionals while serving his sentence. Norway and the United States are similar and different when it comes to their legal systems. A difference between the Norwegian legal system and the United States is that the US has a code of laws, while Norway does not. However, both of their legal systems consist of some form of law and courts. Judges in the United States interpret the law, evidence, and control hearings and trials. Judges in the US, like Norway, also determine guilt and punishment. A Norway jury consists of 10 citizens, while in the US, the jury consists of 12. In both countries, the juries decide if a defendant is guilty or not. In the United States, a prosecutor is responsible for presenting the case in a criminal trial against an individual accused of breaking the law. Like in Norway, prosecutors in the United States can drop charges or propose different types of punishments. The rights of the criminally accused are similar in both Norway and the United States. In the United States, like Norway, the defendant has the right to an attorney. If the defendant cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for them. In the case regarding Anders Breivik, the United States legal system would have handled it a lot differently. Breivik would be facing life in prison without parole or even the death penalty in some states, instead of his 21 years for his mass murder crime. Here are my photo references. Here are my source references.